Great, thanks for that introduction. So again, my name's Leon Popkoff. I'm the Chief Strategist of the CXApp. We have a smart campus app that can be enabled for employees and large corporations to download and basically involve themselves in the overall office space itself. Today, what we're going to be focused on is a number of COVID-19 related features that really help companies come back into the workforce. Okay. Before we get started, I want to point out a number of engagements we have done with Aruba. These are all production programs that are currently running today and have been running for quite a while. We're very excited about these relationships, these partnerships, and very much know the Aruba Meridian product really, really well. So really excited about the partnership we have with Aruba Meridian. A number of key features in our platform that we currently run today across the Smart Campus app. There's a number of key features as far as booking rooms, booking desks, local campus amenities, of course, a very sophisticated notification engine, employee directory, management alerts, obviously our real-time location services throughout the campus experience itself. It's all in the standard Smart Campus app we have. But today we're going to be talking mostly around the features that we have related to COVID. So these are all the features that we've put together related to COVID. There's over 21 specific features. 12 of them have integrations with Aruba location services. The way we've categorized all these is really based on real-time communications for employees that can be per campus, per city, globally, as well as active monitoring initiatives that actually happen in the space itself. And that's where we get into contact tracing, physical distancing alerts, things like that, that really help enable that kind of information, not only from an employee standpoint, but also from a corporate employer administrative standpoint as well. We also categorize a number of our features around enhancing a low-touch work environment. So as employees do come back into the space, how do we minimize the touch environment that they have in the space? Things like when you walk into a conference room and there's an Aruba beacon in the room, the app will actually ask you on the fly, do you want to book the room? And so it's self-aware of that kind of information that actually happens in the environment, alleviating the employee from having to touch any screens or things like that to not only book the room, but to maybe activate the equipment in the room and actually start the meeting itself. Today we're going to focus though on what we call the six primary features that have really evolved out of those 21 that I was listing there below. And we're going to kind of do a deep focus on these six. These are the ones that have risen to the top, that have been talked about the most in a number of our conversations with existing customers and a number of new prospects that we're currently working on today. The first is our desk booking or seat booking, also on-campus social distancing and contact tracing, workplace playbook that's integrated into the mobile platform itself, the ability for employees to put in any kind of cleaning requests or maintenance requests in the mobile application, different ways to communicate with the employee, groups of employees that are using the app, as well as the daily health questionnaire. Okay, so let's talk about desk and seat booking first. This has been a very important element, mainly because it allows a number of companies to actually control capacity limits per floor, per building, per campus, globally. Also gives them the capability of centrally managing that. So you can have one individual that actually centrally manages all those floors, all those buildings, all those campuses, all directly through their web browser. It's a great way to be able to turn things on and off. And since we know that the rollback is always going to be at a different percentage per building, per city, per campus, you may be at a 10% here in California, but you're at a 50 or 80% in China. And you're going to be at a lot of different degrees in different locations. This allows you to control that by basically making desks mandatory for employees when they come back in. We're also enabling other great features where if you book a desk, and that controls that capacity limit, then you can actually access the office that day with remote access and badge access through the mobile app. If you didn't get a desk that day because it filled up to its desired 20% or whatever it may be, then you actually cannot access the building that day. So ways of actually controlling the capacity limits where the company doesn't need to be concerned or worried about that. This is an example of our interface that we currently have in the mobile app. So you can zoom in, obviously book different desks. You can book different rooms as well. And in real time, these stat numbers are going to update, showing you the availability that's left. If you wanted to go into the office tomorrow, you can check and see if there's capacity to do that. If you're going to go into the office next Tuesday and you're going to meet your group that you're going to be meeting with, you can go check the capacity for that. With Meridian Location Services, after you book a desk, you can navigate directly to the desk so the employee is not looking around where that desk may be. You could also get a notification if your group that you work with, one of the individuals actually books a desk, the rest of your group can actually get a notification letting you know that your group is going to be meeting in the office at a certain time. So it does allow you to book ahead, it allows you to book in real time, and it allows the employer to really control those capacity limits, again, by floor, by building, and by city. And this, again, is a very, very rich, very demanded feature right now by a lot of companies popping up. So this is an example of how that booking process works, where you can see all the green dots here are actually bookable and what we would call active desks or active cubicles. The gray ones are not active. A lot of companies at lower percentage levels are actually closing off conference rooms, so those would not be active initially. And then as the company opens up more, the conference rooms that would actually be active as well. Okay, social distancing and contact tracing. Let's go into that. So there's two stages that we're doing to this. The first stage is providing social distancing alerts. And what we've done with this is we basically have made the mobile app into a beacon and to a receiver. This gives us the capability that if employee A gets too close to employee B, you're going to actually get an alert on your phone. And this is a nice nudge, a tap on the shoulder, so to say, that kind of informs you that you're too close to another individual. There's a lot of logic built into this. So if you're passing someone in the hallway, you will not get this alert. You have to be in front of that individual for longer than 30 seconds, having a conversation. And if you've broken that 2-meter mark, you will get that alert and that notification. That alert will continue to come in every few minutes as you sit there and talk with the individual. If you separate and you go further than the 2-meter mark, you won't get that alert anymore. And so this is a great way of having a nice digital way to help control social distancing and keeping that spacing apart. Now, one of the other things we've added to this is the ability now to log each time that alert happens. When you log each time that alert happens, essentially now you have contact tracing. You're only logging the times that two employees are too close together. We're not logging any other times that employees, if there's another employee 50 feet away, we're not going to log that. We don't care about that. Only logging the times that they're too close together. So this really adds an element to that. Now, when we log this information, it's all encrypted. It's all by employee ID, so the protection is very, very safe. We can also grab the closest Aruba location beacon ID and also log that with that as well. So now we know where these encounters actually happen by pulling up a Meridian map and identifying exactly where these encounters happen. So really nice way to actually do a nice subtle touch when it comes to social distancing alerts, and then adding on top of that, the capability of doing contact tracing. Okay, return to Office Playbook. This has been a very demanded feature where a lot of companies are coming out with these return to Office playbooks. If you've ever looked at one of these playbooks, they're really well written, very long document. We believe that a lot of employees are not going to read that entire document days before they return in. We actually think they'll probably view it the night before or the morning they actually come into the office. And when they pull up these very large PDFs, they're not likely going to read the entire thing. What we've done is digitize this in the entire mobile app, made it searchable, made it clickable. With one of our key clients, we're building little 2 to 3 minute videos where it actually gives the employee an idea of what it's like to enter the building. When I'm entering the building, what are my requirements? Do I need a mask? Am I going to get my temperature checked? What are the requirements entering the building? Is cafeterias going to be open? What's the parking situation? What do I need to know before I arrive on site so I can best prepare myself?
Hey, good morning.
So these are key elements. By having it inside the mobile application, makes it extremely easy for employees to search, quickly find that information, and feel at ease and feel empowered to be able to come into the office and feel like they really know what to do, and they're not going to be surprised, nervous, or scared about going into the office. Next is cleaning and maintenance requests. So this is another great feature where now the employee is empowered to make a cleaning request. If they're in the office space and they see an area that's been dirty, a railing, maybe a glass door into a conference room, it's got a lot of smudges on it, they can actually put in a cleaning request. They can mark the cleaning request. As soon as they do that, the mobile app will actually send that to the cleaning crew that will be on standby. The cleaning crew can go directly to that location because we're dropping an Aruba pin drop directly in there. Cleaning crew will use our employee app as well. They navigate themselves with Meridian, Aruba Location Services, directly to that infected area, clean it. They mark that it's been cleaned, and then the employee gets a notification informing them that it's been cleaned. So a really nice closed loop action that allows the employee again to feel safe and empowered about returning into the space. And this is an example of that user interface where we've categorized a lot of the different items that are in there, so employees have the capability of actually organizing what they need to be cleaned. All right, employee communications. This is a really, really big one, from OS-based notifications that you see here to articles from CDC, World Health Organization, all different types of things that can be pulled into this. Your own organization has the ability to publish news items that are going to be at a corporate level as well as a local campus level as well. Again, a lot of the information that is going to be coming out from corporations, it's going to be very much at the local level, and you need a way to get that information directly over to it. One of the things that we've seen with all of our clients that currently use our platform today is this area of our application has gone up 192% in views in the last 2 months, mainly because of COVID. People are all working from home. A lot of people are going into our news area and getting more and more information. Many of our customers have actually started to publish more and more content and used a lot of the great communication tools that are already embedded in the application today. Great way to do that. Great way to target specific employees, groups of employees, or the individual local level in that campus. Next is the health questionnaire. This is a very prominent feature that a lot of organizations are going to be mandating that directly happen in the mobile application. That'll be the main vehicle to focus that on. I'm happy to announce that we're actually partnering with Adobe to actually be publishing the form aspect of it. We decided to choose Adobe because a lot of the form part of the application here is actually a HIPAA compliant piece. Given that we are asking medical related information, we thought that this would be very important. So this allows them to take the questionnaire. Option of signing it or not signing it is really up to the company. This will be serviced to them through our mobile application anytime that employee is in the geofence of the building itself or any campus building. So it is a requirement for them to take this before they enter the building every 24 hours. Now, if they pass the form, which 99.9% of all employees will pass the form, they'll have a nice pass badge, their name. It'll show you the date and time it was passed, and it will also expire after a certain period of time. We can attach a QR code, and that way, when the employee enters the lobby, they can literally scan their phone and go right into the building, just like boarding an airplane. So very easy way to get in. If unfortunately they were to fail, or they were to submit that they have taken a COVID test and they've come down with it, they are going to get a fail screen, and then our mobile application can actually instantly send notifications to any individuals in that organization. If it be security, head of HR, whoever that may be, that notification can go directly out to those individuals. And then the whole piece will actually expire after 24 hours. So if the employee returns again, they have to retake the test. You'll get the notification, and you'll be required to renew that specific certificate to renew that test itself. Okay. So that's it for our quick demonstration. I think I did it exactly in our 15-minute time frame. If you guys have any questions at all, you want a deep demo of the application, everything I've shown you here today, completely working in our application. We're very excited about it. We will send out this information to all of you as well. Please let us know, and we'd be more than happy to book a private demo with you and any of the customers you may have. Thanks.